I think what it gets right is that it's just in one way. I think there's a lot of things that it gets right, but the one thing I think that's good is that it increases an awareness to space exploration just in general. I mean, whether the physics, the orbital mechanics are correct, and a lot of it, somebody who's works as a fireman is going to go into a firefighting movie and just cut down all the ways. They don't use the hose that way kind of thing. I mean, we do the same thing when we go into space movies. But when you look at the heart of it, which is encouraging people to think beyond, think outside of, what they're doing in every day-to-day life, and to consider the future with respect to what we can do, what we can learn in space. The Martian was a great example recently of, both the science of what goes on in space as well as, a very positive, global cooperation that, is required for the success there.
Gravity.
Gravity, yeah.
I think about Gravity. When I saw Gravity, I was looking around like, where am I? Am I back in space? And I was all green screen. And seeing the space station, seeing Sandra Bullock floating down the space station, I felt like I was back there. And then when she came back home in this Shenzhou, rocket coming home, she's crawling through the dirt and like being evolved again and coming back. So they got it right. I mean, showing how we as people continue to thrive and we want to stay alive, so we keep going. And when it gets wrong, I mean, there with the physics things that she talks about, but I remember in Gravity, they were going around the wrong when the opening scene, I see, we launched from Florida, we go this way, but the shuttle was coming around the planet the wrong way. And I'm like, who was the consultant on that one, right?
I don't know.
It was John Glenn.
No, I don't know. I'm not saying any names. But anyway, that in grand scheme of things, it doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
Yeah, because it's about, getting people inspired about, looking up and not looking at this, but looking up and thinking about the future.
And you cannot walk away from what does entertainment do if you don't talk about Rocket Man and Galaxy Quest.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because, and I say it, I love those two movies. And they're comedies, they're funny. They're hysterical. If you haven't seen them, I mean, they're amazing. Yeah, it's what those movies say to me is like, you have human beings that are part of human spaceflight, and the best people to work with are the ones that you're going to have a good time with. That you're going to enjoy time in this place that's really unique and special. Right. But when it hits the fan, they're going to be the professionals that are going to come together with you and solve the problem to the best ability that humans have. And yeah, those movies are comedies, but that's what I get out of those movies too, is that relationship thing.
One of the most important things that people saw was Nichelle Nichols on the flight deck of the Starship Enterprise as the communications officer. She wasn't a maid, she wasn't a slave. It was the first time that an African-American woman on television in the mid-'60s was in a leadership role. And it was the first time we had the intergalactic kiss when Kirk kissed a green woman, and the first interracial kiss on television when we had civil rights issues all throughout the country. Kirk is kissing Nichelle Nichols. And so letting the cultural taboos and things get shown on television that people can say, oh, they're doing that in the future, why can't we do it right now?
I mean, I grew up on Star Trek. It was on every day after school on the, my dad loved it too, along with like the Thunderbirds and, all this stuff. Yeah. It's a see it, be it thing. Yep. I think that you figure out what you want to do and do that. Here's how you can, not why you can't thing. And we make it happen. Right.